Hello and welcome to another episode of Dr. Says This About That. I am Dr. Cedric Wood, right here in Dallas on December 23rd, 25.
Why did President Trump call MAGA Mays Middleton's conservative record second to none? Because MAGA Mays defeated the atheists by restoring the Ten Commandments in Texas schools. MAGA Mays banned men from girls' sports and passed the law to protect women by kicking perverts out of women's restrooms and locker rooms. MAGA Mays even tripled border security, designated cartels terrorist organizations, and stopped China from buying Texas land. That's why Trump called Mays a MAGA champion. MAGA Mays Middleton for Texas Attorney General.
And it doesn't stop playing when you touch it, like pause. There's no two little lines like a normal electronic device so that you can pause it. So I have to just lay it down and start talking. I just wanted to say this about that. And that is, I have some problem with that ad, and I have some expertise in writing for radio, TV, film. There's my degree from UT right up there. And the two things that I fault the ad is this. Let me see if I can somehow figure out a way to pause it. Why they don't have just two lines, like just right over here on my screen here, that says pause. They didn't think about that. So the two things that were very inappropriate about what they said is when he decided to keep trans people out of the bathrooms of the opposite sex that what they were born with. Don't call them perverts. That's a terrible dig. That's inappropriate and unnecessary. You may think that that makes you a big, proud, strong Republican. It does not. It makes you look, I don't know what the word is, just lacking in good character. I've always mentioned IMACE, IMACE, lacking in integrity, maturity, adult ego state, character, and emotional intelligence. Okay? That's the first thing I want to say. And the other thing that I didn't care for is Mays defeated the atheists to get the Ten Commandments up in schools. Okay, you didn't have to say that. There are a lot of Christians and very good people who are against the Ten Commandments being placed in every school. I would say most of them are not atheists. So there's no reason to use hyperbole. It doesn't reflect on you very well. I'm in favor of the Ten Commandments being up on the wall, but it is quite religious, the terminology and everything. And so I can see how some people would balk at having that up in a wall, but they're not atheists. But what should be there is some kind of thing, maybe a basic version of it, thou shalt not kill. For some reason, we're not getting that word out to our young people that they shouldn't kill somebody, because we have somebody, who was it the other day, was at a school near Dallas, and no, it was at a Walmart, and he and his girlfriend were kind of shoplifting, so the security guy brought him back into the back room, and the police was there, and his brain just turned to mush, because for some reason he just pulled out a gun like this and started to point it at absolutely zero wisdom in that. That would not get him into any favorable position or a safer position. And of course they grabbed the gun and they handcuffed him and his girlfriend. They took him to jail. The adults of the state of Texas are failing at teaching all the young people not to carry guns. We just had state championship, Oak Cliff. So they gathered that night, I guess it was last night, and somebody thought it would be part of watching something on TV or for some reason, and he decided to get a rifle and start waving it around. Why would you have a rifle, a gun of any kind, in your hand during a sociable get together? I've gone to many parties in my life. I know I look 40, but I'm a little bit older than that. So we're talking about probably hundreds. I have never, not once, had or seen anybody else have a gun at a party. It's mind boggling, the idiocy of that. So he waved it around and the thing went off and hit one of his fellow teammates in the neck. Thank goodness it didn't kill him. Hope he's okay. But he's taken off to jail. Again, where are the parents? Why weren't the parents at this suburban house? No guns in the party at all. Period. It's just mind-boggling. So yes, a little line on the school wall, "Thou shalt not kill," might be a good idea. Honor thy mother and thy father. That would be a good idea. "Thou shalt not steal." It never occurred to me that I wasn't supposed to steal something. The adults of the state of Texas, and certainly the senators and representatives, need to step up and start, well, you know my shtick, a class in every high school going over healthy personality development, healthy relationships, healthy communication. How does that sound? What does that look like? And healthy parenting. I had that one right here. And so we need to be teaching that. And we're not. And it boggles my mind. I'm going to put together some kind of research and send it out to all the psychologists in the state of Texas and say, are you in favor of teaching young people how to be mentally healthy? I'm going to make them sit there and say, no, that's not a very good idea. I mean, that's what they're doing with their silence every day of the year, is that they're not in favor of teaching young people. And just in case they say, well, we have a class in psychology in most every high school. Yes, that's wonderful. I'm in favor of that. I loved studying psychology. I have 200 graduate hours in psychology and counseling and family therapy. But that doesn't teach kids how to be the best person they can be. So I'm going to continue fighting for that. And if you will support me in that, give me a call, 214-394-4040, and tell me that you're willing to allow me to put your name on a list that says this person is in favor of a class in every high school. Okay? I wish I had written down this senator's name. He's running for attorney general. I hope you'll give me a call. Let me help you rewrite those commercials so you don't seem like I won't say the word I'm thinking right now, not a very nice person. And we don't want to elect you attorney general if you're not a nice person. Got it? Okay. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.